I want to say greetings to each and every one of you, Aquava, and welcome. Welcome to another round of Culturally Conscious Communications here on LIV Radio, LIV TV here on livinginblack.com. My name is Katie Owadu, aka the Conscious Rasta. Weekday mornings, you and I get together live. We come at you from 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's 12 noon Eastern time, 5 p.m. GMT, and 8 p.m. East Africa time. We get together with you and we deal with culture, consciousness, historical perspectives. We deal with entertainment, economics, education, health, labor, law, politics, religion, family, conflict, future studies, all areas of human interactivity and development. Today's date is Tuesday. It is the 11th day of the 11th month, 2025 in the Western calendar, the Gregorian calendar, to which we have realigned our cultural clock. And that corresponds to the year 6266 in the Kemetic calendar, to which we have realigned our cultural clock. Welcome to the 7th millennium. You have found your family in a peaceful place here on LIV Radio, LIV TV here on livinginblack.com. Excuse me while I turn off the stuff happening in the background and turn on what it is you and I intend to be talking about today here on LIV Radio. And this is a very serious subject that we have at hand. I do hope you take it very seriously, because we are in a serious health crisis in this country. As more baby boomers are moving into their senior years, the world, the country, is witnessing an explosion of cognitive disorders that cannot be overlooked and or ignored. If we do overlook or ignore it as senior citizens, it is quite likely that we will ourselves get caught up in that increased risk. So bear with me. It's a little complicated today. I pulled up a lot of serious research for today's topic, and I was working on it right up until the time I realized I gotta get this on the air. So bear with me. I think you will find it to be a fascinating subject. We're going to do the best we can to make sure that it is all of that. Here's what's on the table. Welcome to the Conscious Rasta Report. In today's episode, we delve into a topic of great concern: the growing links between prescription drugs and the risk of cognitive disorders, Alzheimer's, and dementia. As more people are coming to rely on medications for chronic conditions, emerging research suggests that many may contribute to cognitive decline. Many of these pharmaceutical medications, prescribed drugs, are contributing to cognitive decline. Join us as we uncover multiple insights and hear what experts have had to say in this field. So the theme of today's program is how seniors should lower their dementia risks. How seniors should lower their dementia risks. And please take this seriously. Please, please. And those of you who are not yet senior citizens, age 62 and above, take this to heart. Create a lifestyle where you protect yourself with every meal, with every drink, with everything you do to stop this from going on. I'm going to begin with a short piece of video that I have queued up. It's not a short video. The video is probably about, how long is the video? The video is about 20 minutes long, and I will not be able to play 20 minutes of that video. I cued in about 45 seconds into it. And I think that this video gives us a good explanation of what is wrong. I don't cuss, but boy, there are times when I just want to let some go.
And found something that
Let's
shocked
talk.
the medical community. People taking certain common medications for just 3 years had a 54% higher risk of developing dementia. That's not a typo, 54%. And here's what makes this personal for you. These aren't rare prescriptions. We're talking about the antihistamine you take for allergies, the sleep aid you use at night, the bladder pill that's supposed to make life easier. Your body metabolizes these differently now, slower, more sensitively, and what helped you at 40 might be harming you at 65.
Meet the company potentially holding the highest grade in the world.
No commercials. Let's take commercial out.
89,853.
I know your feed is full of health warnings, so let me build trust quickly with what I call the 3 pillars of proof. First, the research. This isn't one small study. A 2021 meta-analysis published on PubMed examined 1.5 million people across 14 studies and confirmed that anticholinergic medications consistently increase dementia risk. The relationship is dose-dependent. The more you take, the higher your risk. Second, the mechanism. Just this year, researchers at top institutions used human stem cells to test how these drugs actually affect brain cells. They took living human neurons and exposed them to common medications. The antidepressants and bladder pills literally killed brain cells in the lab. Meanwhile, newer 2025 research shows 1 in 6 nursing home residents are on these strong anticholinergics, with a 15% higher death risk. Third, the medical community. Mayo Clinic, WHO, and Harvard Medical School have all issued warnings about anticholinergic burden, a term you need to know. It's not that your doctors are trying to harm you, it's that they treat individual symptoms while you need to see the whole picture of what you're taking. I've personally reviewed over 2,000 medication lists for seniors. The pattern is always the same: 6 to 12 different prescriptions, each reasonable alone, but together creating a chemical fog in the brain. Right now, I want you to picture your medicine cabinet, or that pill organizer you fill every Sunday, the one with the SMTWTFS compartments. You trust it. You trust your doc prescribed each pill. But let me ask you 3 personal questions. Do you take anything for sleep? Maybe it's just Benadryl or something with diphenhydramine in the name. Do you take anything for bladder control? Names like oxybutynin, tolterodine, or sulfasenacin. Do you take any antidepressants that you've been on for years? Not the newer ones, but maybe amitriptyline or paroxetine. If you said yes to any of these, I need you to listen carefully, because
All right. That hopefully was a shocking video. We need to be very, very concerned about what is going on. I am going to share that link to the video so you can watch the rest of it. I'm going to share that up on our for our Rumble family, which is our main broadcast site. I put it up there. I put it up on YouTube as well. And unfortunately, I don't have direct access to now, but now users can go to my Facebook page, where you will see these and many, many more links of what we are talking about for today. So bear with me here while we get these links into place. I hope you do find them to be fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So one more link, I'm going to put it up, and Facebook is acting kind of slow today. Let me clear up a little bit of resources and see if we can get that to speed up. So let's go take a deeper dive into what this shocking video did have to share. And the video, again, entitled Over 60 Warning How Common Medications can Increase Dementia Risk. Very, very important video. I want to, and it's not just dementia, cognitive disorders, etc., etc. I want to emphasize the point that you should eliminate all prescription drugs from your life. You should make a life to prevent drugs from ever happening. I did it. I do it. It's ongoing. There were times when I needed to be taking some drugs for pain medication, but I didn't. I suffered the pain for the shorter time that it took to heal without the drugs. I suffered the pain. You may be allergic. You may have asthma. You may have multiple allergies or whatever. Don't go there. Stay out of the realm. If you have asthma, find other means of dealing with your asthma. I contend food is nature's most perfect medicine. So come on, people. We have to get serious about being serious about what we are dealing with today. So I put up these links, and now let's go into the research that I put together for today. First of all, let's discuss the video. What was in the video? The video discusses how certain common medications, particularly anticholinergics, and we're going to define that very shortly, may increase your risk of dementia, cognitive disorders, Alzheimer's, etc. with long-term use. Long-term use. That's the key. If you are on these drugs, get off of them. Get off. You've been warned. Point 2, studies have shown that higher cumulative doses of these medications over many years are associated with a greater risk of developing dementia. Point 3, however, it is important to note that these findings come from observational studies and they do not prove a causation. But by the time you finish this exploration with me today, you may come to the conclusion it may not prove causation, but the risk is much, much, much too high. And point 4, the video emphasizes the need to discuss medication risks and benefits with a healthcare provider. I don't cuss, but that was the mother, father who put you on those drugs in the first place. And my opinion is they don't really care about you. They need to make money. These doctors, these prescribing doctors, have got to pay for the most expensive education ever possible. They have to pay the highest insurance rates. They have to pay for the most expensive equipment that some of them are investing in. By the time they're driven by all those expenses, they don't really care about you. They don't really care about you. I'm doing the best I can to be as honest as I can. Let's go forward. Let's talk about what is this cholinergic. What are cholinergic drugs? Common cholinergics include names like diphenhydramine, dimenhydrinate, atropine, daraphenocin, brompheniramine, doxylamine, cyclopentate, and festosterone. Phesoterodine. What are anticholinergic drugs? As you age, especially after 65, you have fewer neurons, brain cells, that can even absorb acetylcholine. Thus, if you decrease the amount of acetylcholine, and I'm trying to get just a definition. What are cholinergic drugs? And I've got a whole bunch of stuff that's on my desktop that came up, and I don't want to filter through all of this stuff. What are cholinergic drugs? Here's what you need to know. This is from list of anticholinergic drugs and why some of them are dangerous to seniors. This is written by Annie Clark. Appears on the seniorlist.com. And it was written May 14, 2025. Anticholinergic drugs. What you should know. Anticholinergic drugs refer to a type of medication that blocks acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that plays a role in memory, attention, and involuntary muscle movement. Common medications with anticholinergic properties include Thorazine, Tylenol PM, and Benadryl. Anticholinergic drugs can lead to drowsiness, delirium, and an increased risk of falls. Many older adults take prescription and over-the-counter medications for allergies, mood, or sleep. Before doing so, however, make sure you consult with your doctor. There's a good chance that some of these medications are classified as anticholinergic drugs. What are anticholinergic drugs? This is what we really tuned in to find out. Among the many medications that circulate from your brain to your body, there is one in particular called acetylcholine. It's very important in regulating muscles in your intestine and bladders. It also impacts learning and memory. Anticholinergic drugs block this chemical. Why are they used? Drugs with anticholinergic properties have been used in medicine for decades to treat conditions such as diarrhea and other gastrointestinal disorders, asthma, dizziness and motion sickness, Parkinson's disease symptoms such as involuntary movements, overactive bladder, and urinary incontinence, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. The group of medications can be used with anesthesia. In tandem with anesthesia, they can maintain heartbeat regularity, lower saliva secretion, and relax muscles. And it just goes on. Another important note, anticholinergic drugs and seniors. At your age, especially after 65, you have fewer neurons, brain cells, that can even absorb acetylcholine. If you decrease the amount of acetylcholine as a side effect of certain medications, it accelerates this process. And you have even less of this neurotransmitter circulating. All medications, whether prescription or over-the-counter, are cleared from the body by the liver or kidneys. As you age, your liver and kidneys work more slowly, and there can be an unintentional buildup of these drugs in your system. Always check with that guy, that is the doctor, to make sure you are on the right dose of a medication for your age. As such, you can have severe effects from these anticholinergic drugs. The side effects include blurry vision, constipation, drowsiness, sedation, trouble urinating, memory issues, hallucinations, and as we're going to discuss today, these symptoms can include dementia, cognitive disorders, and even Alzheimer's disease. Please, please, please pay close attention. Please pay close attention to today's subject. I'm just copying this to put into my folder. And here's this point right now. Medications of concern. Okay, I'm going to put this right before medications of concern. So bear with me. This is important. Okay. All right, I'll clean this all up and format it later. Again, the article I was just reading from, list of anticholinergic drugs and why some of them are dangerous for seniors. The author of this is Amy Clark. And it appears May 14, 2025. And it appears at the website, and I'm copying this website, is from the senior list. Copy and paste that. And I'm going to paste this up. Doesn't need to be that long, does it? The senior list, medications that can cause drugs. I'm going to go ahead and take this out. I'm pretty sure this will give you the article. And bear with me. Don't do that. Do this. Copy. I'm going to paste this up for our listening audience. And here for my listening audience, here is this article. I put it up on YouTube. I'm going to paste it up for Rumble, my Rumble family. And lately, I'm not hearing from my Rumble family. Why? What's going on? Did you quit? Are you even interested in today's topic? I accidentally no, I didn't do it. Here's the page. Here's the link for those of you on Rumble. And you're not talking to me. It's been happening in the last couple of days. And I'm kind of concerned. I don't have time to fret over that right now. Let me just go in and finish the research. I'm posting these links up, so now I'm coming back to where we were just a minute ago. So, did I get that link in? I think I did. I got a lot of links for today's show, and I just pasted up that last one, and it wasn't there. That was yesterday. We want to go to today's research. Comment. Bear with me. This is well worth my time. I hope it is well worth your time as well. And why am I having such a hard time putting up this link? I don't know, but here's where we are. Anticholinergic drugs, what you should know. I just read that section. Let me one more time. They refer to a type of medication that blocks acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that plays a role in memory, attention, and involuntary muscle movement. Common medications with anticholinergic properties include Thorazine, Tylenol PM, and Benadryl. They can lead to drowsiness, delirium, and increased risk of falls. Many older adults take both prescription and over-the-counter medications for allergies, mood, or sleep. Now, let's go forward. Medications of concern include anticholinergic drugs are used for allergies, depression, bladder issues, etc., are strongly linked to dementia. Point. Research shows that these medications may even cause brain tissue shrinkage. Now, major studies are referenced. The video did reference the JAMA Journal Internal Medicine, a UK study of 284,343 participants found higher dementia risk with long-term anticholinergic use. University of Washington in 2015, a 7-year follow-up study of 3,434 participants confirmed cumulative use of strong anticholinergics increased dementia incidence. Point 3. USC San Francisco, Indiana university study, collaboration, found associations between anticholinergic use and brain metabolism decline and atrophy. Point 4. Lancet Commission, 2020, identified 9 to 12 lifestyle factors that could prevent 30 to 40% of dementia cases. Next, I have a number of references that I have pulled up. The first one, which common medications may cause dementia symptoms? This written by Emily Hong and Meg Seymour. And I'm going to put this link up right here for those of you who are following along. I put it up on the YouTube and put it up here for Rumble. Now, why am I not seeing the Rumble chat? Okay, I got to open this page up. Okay, there it is. Put this up on Rumble. Next up, this article is entitled Common Anticholinergic Drugs like Benadryl Linked to Increased Dementia Risk. This is from a Harvard University study. And I'm going to post this one up as well. And next one up, there's one more. This one entitled come on. This last one, list of drugs linked to dementia. This from goodrx.com, a list of drugs linked to dementia. Copy, paste it here. And I'm going to stop pasting these. If I don't hear from you in the next minute, then I'm going to stop pasting up the references, because you're just not demonstrating any real interest. And this is real time consuming. And I'm kind of ruining, for me, it's ruining the experience of even listening to it. So if you're not interested and no one hits the like button, there are people listening. I see the numbers there. But y'all are so unresponsive today. I don't know if you're new listeners or old listeners. We've been on the air for 23 years, and this May, y'all about to drive me off the air, because I can't really relate anymore. I would love to think that I have a small core of scholars that listen to this show, and listen to the show for the specific purpose of benefiting your life expectancy, your longevity. That's who I appeal to. That's what this show appeals to. And this is, you are not mediocre. You're not ordinary. You don't live ordinary. You are obviously not on these drugs. Not if you listen to my show. No way in the world you be on these drugs. When we give you food solutions, food is nature's most perfect medicine. So I'm kind of throwing a fit over here, but the fit is not working. So we're just going to keep on going. Dang, I wish I was better received. I think all of us wish that we were better received in the world. And I ignored stuff too. There was some stuff about a celebrity influencer dying today, the cause of her death, and I took a peek at it and realized I don't do the TikTok and I don't follow the celebrity the celebrity influencers. She was a bodybuilder and she died of a multiple drug combination, including Benadryl. It was part of it. And opioids and stuff. All of this, she took it at one time. And she's a fitness influencer. Crazy, isn't it? I don't follow that stuff. So I understand why not everybody follows how to do all of this healthy fitness naturally. But I am going to go back to my research. So a couple more. What medications should not be given to people with dementia comes from Healthline. And last one, anticholinergic drug exposure and the risk of dementia comes from the U.S. government. If you want those, you'll let me know. Lifestyle regulations, recommendations. Number 1, regular physical and cognitive activity. Physical, get your exercise in. I do 4 rounds of exercise every day. And get your cognitive activity in. Put together a study. Learn something. Read something technical. Learn a language. Do anything and everything, but don't just sit passively and just watch me on You Now. Don't sit passively and watch me on YouTube. Get involved. Mentally involved. Look up the references that I give you and read through them. Point 2, social engagement. Get out of your isolated lifestyle. That's a very important point. Get out of that social isolation. Point 3, manage hearing loss, hypertension, diabetes, and obesity. And don't just manage them, suppress the symptoms. Correct them. Have a plan. Create a plan to correct them. It's so easy now with AI availability. And the AI chats, as much as you and I are kind of afraid of this topic, we got to realize that the people who have been studying AI are almost all of them launching their chats and platforms now. There's so many AI chats that are out here right now. It appears to me that the AI people who studied AI early are all making money cashing in on their chats. And of course, they're all competing for the same advertisement or competing to get you to buy credits for the finished product. And avoid smoking and excessive alcohol. I say avoid all smoking and avoid all alcohol. I was watching a piece of video today, came across my desk, of cigarettes. Someone was in Brazil and a group of people were sitting at a table at a gas station outdoors. And the guy lit a cigarette, doused the match, and threw the match on the ground. Instantly, a fireball engulfed the table and spread across. And luckily, the people at the gas station put the fire out. They had fire extinguishers handy. What an idiot. Obviously. And this was a young person. What an idiot. That's his life. He's deciding that's the life he's going to be leading, or he quit smoking today. Immediately. Point. The American Geriatrics Society Beers Criteria, BERS criteria, advises caution with anticholinergic medications in older adults. Here's what they have to say. Action takeaway. Talk to your doctor, the one who's putting you on these things in the first place. Talk to me. Talk to me before you talk to him or her. Because I'm going to tell you, you don't need those things. You don't need any of these anticholinergic drugs. You don't need them. You just got to balance your body out so that your body works in harmony and in nature with what it did when you were much younger before you poisoned yourself. Adopt a lifestyle changes, exercise, diet, social activity that lower dementia risk. Stay informed. Evidence-based sources like JAMA Journal, The Lancet, and Harvard Health provide ongoing updates, and we're using all of those today. The bottom line, the video emphasizes that while certain medications may raise dementia risk, proactive lifestyle choices can significantly protect brain health in older adults. Now, I'm going to check one more time to see how many people are responding. I've got the same small handful of listeners. I'm the only one who hit the like button there, so that's obviously a big disappointment. Let me check over here and view this on YouTube. And this is my program today. Seniors should lower their dementia risks. And I'm the only one that's typed in any links today. I have 6 people responded with thumbs up. That's better than on Rumble. It appears now that my listeners are shifting back to YouTube after being on Rumble. Hey, we went to Rumble when YouTube banned me, when YouTube banned others like Gary Null, Dr. Ricola, a whole bunch of people, the Health Ranger. YouTube was banning us for speaking out against, oh man, I wish I could cuss. I'm not going to cuss, but against that big fat lie that was being promulgated behind the COVID pandemic. It was a big, huge lie. And almost did today's program that they are preparing the next pandemic. It may be real or it may be completely fake. We can see them warming up, talking about bird flu. We can see them warming up and the people, the overwhelming majority of the public, are going to take it up the place where it's not supposed to go up into. And they're going to get screwed. And we were banned for sharing science. We were banned. I was banned. So figure it out. They're going to do it again. And most people, I'm not saying you, not my listening audience, but most people who will not listen to us are going to go in for the next round of that scam-demic. Let's go back. Let's go forward, not backward. Forward ever, backward never. A wide range of pharmaceuticals. This is going deeper into this. Now, I'm going to give you the drugs. If you are on any medications at all, any at all, then I can assure you this is going to catch you. A wide range of pharmaceuticals have been associated with increased risk of dementia, cognitive disorders, or Alzheimer's disease, especially in older adults and with prolonged use. The medications most frequently implicated include those with anticholinergic activity, benzodiazepines, various antidepressants, antipsychotics, anticonvulsants, and others. Major drug classes and common examples. These are all associated with increased risk of dementia, cognitive disorders, Alzheimer's, and neurological diseases. Number one, anticholinergic drugs. These disrupt acetylcholine, critical for memory and learning. Prolonged use is strongly linked to dementia risk. Point number 2 on this list, antihistamines. Diphenhydropine. That wasn't right. Diphenhydramine, including Benadryl or chlorpheniramine. Number 3, tricyclic antidepressants, including amitriptyline and noriptyline. Amitriptyline, that's it. Amitriptyline and noriptyline. Bladder medications, number 4, including oxybutyn and tolterodine. 5, antispasmodics, including diclomine and hyoscyamin. And I'm having a hard time. I don't take these drugs, so excuse me if I'm even having a hard time pronouncing them, but I'm doing the best I can. Learning. This is expanding my neurological capacity. Number 6, anti-Parkinsonian drugs, including benztropine and trihexyphenidyl. Muscle relaxants, number 7, including cyclobenzaprine. Number 8, motion sickness medications, including scopolamine. Number 7, benzodiazepines, used for anxiety and sleep. They include lorazepam, Ativan, diazepam, Valium, alprazolam, Xanax, and midazolam. Number 10, antidepressants. Some selective serotonin reuptakes. Example given, paroxetine, and tricyclics. Number 11, antipsychotics, including clozapine and olanzapine. Number 12, anticonvulsants, anti-epileptic drugs. Example given, carbamazepine and phenytoin. Number 13, narcotic painkillers, opioids. All major opioids have been shown to blunt memory over time. Number 14, cholesterol-lowering drugs, statins. Some evidence suggests statins may contribute to memory loss, though the data is debated. And who's in the debate? Who's debating whether or not these statins increase your risk of Alzheimer's, cognitive disorders, and other neurological diseases? The data is debated. Number 15, dopamine agonists used in Parkinson's side effects include memory loss and confusion. Number 16, antihypertensive drugs. certain medications for blood pressure could have been linked, for blood pressure control have been linked, particularly in older adults. And number 17, incontinence medications. These are typically anticholinergics like oxybutynin and talderodine, that's how you pronounce it. Now, bear with me, that was a lot of work. Now, there was a question, and I'm going to answer this question right now for my sake. I hope you do follow along. Eddie, you saving me, man. Thank you, Eddie. You're saving me, my brother. You are saving me, because right now I'm going crazy that my audience is not attending, not paying attention, and they are unresponsive. Eddie is in the house. He says, greetings, Brother Keaty. Excuse me for being late, Brother Keaty, but should we be looking out for what should we be looking out for as this new scamdemic comes at us? That's a good question. I'm going to answer your question here in just a little bit, but the first, Eddie, bear with me. I want to find out the question: is this debate legitimate? Describe. I'm asking an AI search engine. This time I'm on Copilot, but I don't necessarily like Copilot. But let's go to Perplexity. Perplexity, Perplexity. I think Perplexity is making a breakout. And I did notice that they are now raising money. And personally, I like Perplexity. I've fallen in great like with Perplexity. I've been using it much more. So I'm looking to explain the debate about statin drugs and their relationship to cognitive disorders, dementia, and Alzheimer's. So, explain in 300 words. Otherwise, it'll just keep going on and on and on and on. Explain the debate about statin drugs, I should say over statin drugs and their relations to cognitive disorders, dementia, and Alzheimer's. The debate about statin drugs and their relationship to cognitive disorders, dementia, and Alzheimer's disease centers on conflicting evidence from research studies. Some early reports and patient surveys suggest that statins could cause short-term cognitive effects such as memory loss, confusion, or difficulty concentrating, leading the FDA to issue a warning in 2012 about possible cognitive adverse effects. However, most large-scale studies and meta-analysis have found no strong link between statin use and long-term cognitive decline or dementia. Recent research indicates that while statins may have minor reversible effects on short-term cognition, especially in the first few months of use, and most people are not using these for the first few months. People are on statin drugs for decades. These effects are generally not sustained over time. In fact, several large observational studies and meta-analysis have shown that statin use is associated with a reduced risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease, possibly due to their cardiovascular benefits, which protect the brain from vascular damage. Some studies suggest that lipophilic statins, which cross the blood-brain barrier more easily, might have different effects than hydrophilic ones. But overall, the evidence does not support a significant increase in dementia risk. The controversy persists because some individuals report cognitive symptoms, and certain studies have found small associations with short-term cognitive dysfunction. But these studies are often limited by study design, small sample sizes, or confounding factors, such as underlying cardiovascular disease. Ongoing randomized controlled trials are expected to clarify these relationships further. In summary, while statins may rarely cause short-term cognitive issues, the bulk of evidence supports their safety and possible protective effect against dementia and Alzheimer's disease. And thing about it is this: statin drugs are intended to influence the cholesterol in your blood, right? Right. But what is cholesterol used for by the human body? It's used to manufacture, among other things, manufacture new cellular material. So therefore, statin drugs lowering the cholesterol levels in your blood is lowering your body's ability to manufacture and or sustain the integrity of your neurological cells. So therefore, from my perspective, the statin drugs logically, mechanistically do lead to anti-neurogenic impact. And we want our body to manufacture neurons. So, and here's the next thing. I know for a fact that the need for statin drugs to be eliminated with a 5-day intensive of living superfood along with omega-3 fatty acids. You do get rid of the need of statin drugs in 5 days. I said 5 days. I know this. We've done it before. In 5 days. So they're talking about people are on statin drugs now, are getting injured, neurological injury, and extended use of the statin drugs. And I just told you that you could get rid of it in 5 days. Should you choose to. Brother Eddie is in the house. He said, excuse me for being late. Or what should be looking out for as this new scamdemic comes at us? Okay. I'm having to go into my memory right now. And it's called, the name of it is called, give me a blank page. It's called, it was the exercise. I'm going to have to describe this for the AI. Show me. No, don't do that. Show me the World Health Organization pandemic exercise for the post-COVID crises that has been predicted. Let's see if this gets it. Predicted. And I did a program on this some time ago, but you probably missed it. Show me the name. It was something 2025. News. Who companies bring together to test. Exercise Polaris. The WHO just ran a 2-day pandemic exercise. Read long list. The COVID virus audiobook. Coping with a pandemic. Let's look into. This is not related to COVID, and I do not recognize the name Polaris, but let's look at Polaris. This from IFL Science, exercise Polaris. The WHO just ran a 2-day pandemic preparedness exercise. More than 350 global health emergency experts were brought together for the project, and this project was called Exercise Polaris. And this is a fictional viral disease. Doggone it, Eddie. I know we did a program on it, and I just can't remember the name of the program right now. But I will give you this much. And this is from Exercise Polaris. Bear with me, something got in my eye. So here's the best I'll be able to do for you right now on this, Brother Eddie. And there it is, the one I was just reading from. And I'm at the top of the hour. I got something in my eye. It's really bugging me. I have a lot more research that I did pull up today. And let me just share, not a whole lot more. Let me just share this to close out. Clinical points about what our conversation is about today. Point 1, dementia and Alzheimer's risk increase is most clearly associated with cumulative use of strong anticholinergic medications. The risks rise with both dose and duration. Point 2, benzodiazepines also show a clear correlation with long-term cognitive decline, particularly in elderly patients. Point 3, studies suggest the effects may not be reversible even after stopping the drugs, especially for anticholinergics. Point 4, risk estimates for anticholinergics can range from 6% for low dose, low duration to 49% high cumulative exposure. And then a full list of common pharmaceuticals to monitor, and here we go with the names again, include anticholinergics. I'm not going to name the names, just the class. Benzodiazepines. You should know if your doctor is prescribing you these drugs. You should know whether Xanax, Valium, Ativan, Midazolam are benzodiazepines. You should know that. If you don't know that, damn, there's nothing I can do for you. There's nothing I can do for you. You're not even curious. There's nothing I can do for you. You're probably really turned off from my pronunciation of these terms, which I'm doing the best I can to give them to you, even though you just probably don't care. If you're on these drugs, you probably don't want to know anymore. And I know that from experience too. I'm not just raging. I am raging, but I know that from experience. Third class of drugs, SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake something, whatever the I is. Tricyclic antidepressants, class of drug, anti-epileptics, narcotics, opioids, statins, which are cholesterol drugs, dopamine agonists, antihypertensives, and urinary incontinence medications. And it's important for individuals, especially those in older age groups, to regularly review all prescribed and over-the-counter medications with their healthcare provider to assess cognitive risks. Only a healthcare professional can weigh the risks and benefits in each case. They say only. but you can do this on your own. I'm telling you, you can. And I'm not charging you to do this. I could, I should. I hate the fact that I'm going bankrupt, doing the best I can to help people out. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And so, on that note, I want to thank you, handful of people though you are. I want to tell you I am really grateful to have you in the house, to have you on my team. I'm very grateful. So, on that note, we're out of here. For today's broadcast. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here, Eddie. You had my back today, man. I hope you found it to be useful. I hope that you, my brother, are not on any of these classes of drugs we mentioned today, because basically it covered almost everything, including over-the-counter, non-prescription drugs, etc. You've been tuned in to LIB Radio, LIB TV. Do support our network. Support what we do. We're almost at the end of a very, very thin thread, clinging as tightly as we can. And I don't know if we can keep this up. Bring more people. Bring some fresh new bodies in. And if you can, hit the like button. You should lower your risk of dementia. And do it because it's the right thing to do. Do it because it's not just good for you, but good for your family. Do it not because I thank you. I see you in the house, Sarah. She said, thank you for doing all that you do to educate us. I really do appreciate those words, beloved. And you can understand how absolutely frustrating it is. But we do the best we can, always striving to get more so that we can do even better on your LIB Radio, your LIB TV, on your favorite. We aim to be your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV. We are living in black.com. Peace and prosperity to each and every one of you.